T1, he single-handedly dragged G2 to their first win against the back-to-back world champions in 7 years. And now he's going to try and drag G2 over.
And we're seeing the reward of the early game plays from Vitality. Like, Lince is up a full level nearly on LeBron. And when you're playing the Shen into the Camille, you don't expect him to win the early game. It's mostly just about like kind of containing her.
Great engage there by Fiesta. Ignite Shockwave doesn't come out in time, and Fiesta gets first blood on Caps. I know I said I talked enough about support. This is one of the reasons that Camille support is so broken, is the paranoia comes down. They'll chase on to LeBron, who tries to flash away, but there's the fear, there's the abduct out of the abscond, and Fiesta's now 2-0. A charge in though from Broken Blade as he looks at the chase onto Fiesta. Fleshy trying to get across the wall, has no flash, hook shot's knocked up in the middle of it, and the dash back in with a cataclysm. Skewmon takes one, they're in a double cage! Fiesta locked in a cage of his own making. The glass walls of emotion won't let him escape as Skewmon takes the shot.
He's able to run them down, and Fleshy's super close. I was surprised he didn't get the hook shot over the wall there, which leads him to go in, and then Fiesta's like, okay, I'll try to avenge you, my friend, but he doesn't quite have the damage to actually take down Hansama.
Yeah, Hansama flashing over the wall. In the end, as Broken Blade chased out his solo HP, has to flash away from the Dominus and the Slice and Dice. In the end, will escape. Nucko exchanging flashes with his enemy top from draft. You want to see them accelerating these leads. Nucko 500 gold ahead, Fiesta 700 gold ahead, and there's small leads for Skewmon and for Hans.
I think he should be fine on this way, but it's all.
Oh, there we are. Paranoia immediately. They just want Hansama's flash, and a counter flash coming out from Linces. There's the fear, and Hansama doesn't have a leg to stand on except the artificial ones he built for himself as he walks out in the picture-in-picture cataclysm coming down. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see a chase between Fiesta and Caps. Kazi was forced to flash ghost away from a cataclysm and a charge out from Broken Blade and Skewmon. In the end, an exchange of information for G2. And with him being level 6, doesn't want to get caught out by that Hexagon Ultimatum. And here it comes. Flash forward, Ultimatum, Paranoia coming in as they dive towards Caps, who does have the flash and gets out in time. Great Shadow Dash onto Linces. Underneath the tower means he takes 2 shots and is sent home in a body bag. Fleshy next on the menu as the Cataclysm comes out from Skewmon, locks him in place, and Fleshy, there's no wall there. Reaching for air and finds only his own death.
It's so deep from Vitality. Caps was respecting. He had the flash as well to get out, and G2 want to strike back onto Nucko as well.
Caps with a great TP. Nucko really not too much he can do here. Pops the Dominus, does have the flash. Oh, Shockwave only up in 7 seconds, but BB and Caps team up to find a kill on the enemy top.
Nucko tried to get away with the Dominus and the flash, but he just doesn't have the HP to do so. I like that from Caps that he immediately TPs there after the play is finished. They don't go for the Herald as now. Fiesta might be in trouble as well. Has no flash.
They have so many teleports. Hansama's on his way up. Fiesta has no flash. He's stolen a Cataclysm, but he's locking himself in a cage. He still manages to take one down in Hell in a Cell. He'll fall forward. It's BB, in fact, that TP'd in instead of Hansama. And G2 find a slew of kills.
The biggest advantage that G2 has in the teleport is the Hansama over the Ghost, but Vitality are actually just doing the Drake.
That's why it's so good from Linces, from Fiesta, sorry, to take out Skewmon, because they know there's no jungler up on the map. Vitality can hard force this, even with LeBron in the area. That will be their 3rd Drake, put them on Soul Point in his mountain. And currently, you have to say, it's the new blood on Vitality that is keeping them in this game.
For sure. Fiesta is having a really good game as Broken Blade goes under tower just to get a trade here. I felt personal a little bit, just wanted to punch him.
I mean, I think hoping maybe Nucko pops the Dominus early or something just to make sure you can survive, because Caps is here. There's a Paranoia possibility from Linces, but still about 20 seconds on that CD.
Yeah, I really like this play from Caps. He decided to ignore the bot wave because it was so pushed in, and they're just trying to siege this top tower. But Vitality are already answering, trying to defend. The Paranoia is up in 5 seconds, but Fiesta's already TPing in.
The Bob has Stand United. Rift Herald was started. TP from Hansama as well, as they're going to meet flying through the air. Broken Blade has that Stand United on him. Shadow Dash tries to get on the backline, but Nucko doesn't get sorted up. Linces still falls first, and now they'll dive onto Fiesta, who is isolated in the midst of 5 in G2. Very happily take his life. A charge forward as Vitality are charging to an early grave. Nucko with the Dominus doesn't dominate no one. Taken out by LeBron. Fleshy follows suit. Kazi the last man standing, and he wasn't even there.
And Vitality, again, they thought they could get the numbers advantage, but it's Hansama with the teleport. Karsi can't join. Karsi has still
so much crisper with how they wanted to play the map. Get a kill top, TP to bot for Caps, then TP Broken Blade to top side to catch out Fiesta, who's killing Skewmon. give up the Drake, but then fight again as LeBron is caught out in a hexagon to Maiden. Kazi will get his first kill, assist, or death on the board at 19.5 minutes, and still the Rift Herald survives. You've got 20 seconds before it's going to return into its burrow.
Fiesta kept the
should be able to take it, yeah.
Yeah, one-shot them, and that's how they start the fight.
Oh, really nice jousting over the wall there. Sandy Knight coming in as well as Fleshy flashes away. Broken Blade flashes into the face of Kazi, but Fleshy's not saved by his Casio. Broken Blade's going to run away. LeBron can just dash across the wall. A not often seen mechanic there, jousting over terrain. Really nicely done by BB.
I really want to try to contest here, but I think it would be a mistake from Vitality, but
they do have the Rift Herald as well. They could be contesting mid-prior.
Fiesta didn't get spotted.
Oh, nicely done by Fiesta. Sneaks into the bush, now jumps onto Hansama immediately. But where are the rest of Vitality? They're going to ride the Herald through the fight. Hexagon and Maiden going into Hansama as well. Rift Herald coming in, Caps is here, and Fleshy's already dead. The Rift Herald charges through, but with the Cataclysm on the backline, Fiesta unable to get purchase, really for the damage. Now trying to dash back in as Lynxes begins to open up. Skewmon chasing Knuckle with Broken Blade. LeBron having to flash across the wall. Caps getting chased down towards the bottom side. Abscond, abduct. Does Fiesta have enough? Not quite. As Skewmon joins in the top side of the fight. And even though Fiesta found a good engage, Vitality are just too far behind.
That was a really nice creative flank, but Vitality weren't able to have a real follow-up. Hansama lived for so long, and the fact that they were able to take him down, but then it didn't have enough damage to take down Caps. As the fight is continuing here, BB might have stepped too far forward.
TP behind. BB needs to get the pocket pistol out, tries to remount, can't get there. Knuckle with a K in his pocket, a grand to the good. The question is, can he keep it and go back to Boris, or will he be sent home in a coffin? I think the answer's looking more coffin-shaped as the seconds go on. He tries to walk around the side here, but Caps is on the chase, a slice. Ooh, he does flash. There's the blast cone.
The problem is if he dies now, that's Nash for G2, but Fiesta's TPing.
Fiesta doesn't want to let a Crocodilian down. He said, see you later, alligator, and he's trying to make that happen as Cap splashes the wall with the predator, but the Southern Shockwave does not connect, and now Fiesta running for his life. Lince is here to try and protect as Shockwave brings Fiesta back, and it's a party on the top side of the map as the Hextech Storm comes out. G2 take 2 kills, and as you said, Jeff,
the Vitality members to really run in here. Maybe Fleshy can get a ward.
Yeah, just chuck the ward down and hope, right?
Yeah, but I think if G2 is such a disciplined team, they're not going to give you this opportunity. It would be very funny if they do now, but...
Congrats to Hansama, 2,500 kills here in EU. He reaches that milestone. G2 secure the Baron well, and they're looking to secure an extra couple hundred gold on top of it. Fleshy will fall to Lebrov, 202. And now Linsus uses the paranoia defensively, needs to try and walk away from BB, dives across all the way to Lebrov! Okay, I did not see that one coming, and nor did the Shen support. Meanwhile, Nako tries to step up, and Skewmon puts him into the dirt. Hansama now being protected as Fiesta goes in, the Shockwave pulls him back. A flag, a drag, a slice, a dice, enough. As Fiesta dies for the 6th time this game, and G2 with a 7,000 gold lead, continue to push through top. Kazi locked in a cage. Linsus is going to be locked in the afterlife in a second. Kazi trading on Skewmon, but Skewmon has enough to survive through it. Another flag, another drag, another Vitality death.
It's a massacre right now. G2 are just kind of playing with their food. Some of the fights are relatively close, but you can see how much stronger G2 are across the board as they continue racking up kills. It's going to be a 9,000 gold lead, Nash for G2. They can play to get triple in it. They can play for the next dragon. They can really do whatever they want at this point. I mean, Broken Blade...
Into as G2, 10k ahead, will push through the bot side. It does feel like it all came down to that 4-5 minute period where G2 were just moving around the map so much better than Vitality, picking up kills in top, kills in bot, making sure that even though Vitality did get onto Soul Point, after that point, they were so far behind. You can see the gold leads, like individually, 3K, 3K, 2K, 2K. It is not an NBA game. In fact, it's a game of League of Legends.
It is a game of League of Legends. I mean, it's also a shame because the first few minutes from Vitality were pretty good. Like, they got a decent lead onto Linces. They got the first few dragons.
Fiesta was in a really good spot, roaming around the map. Oh, flash taunt. And there is enough damage immediately to shed the skin of the Casio. Linces tries to get on the backline, but with a Cataclysm and a Shockwave. Oh, it's a bouncy castle. Caps doesn't even fall, only Nako survives. And G2 will just push in for the win. Nutka with the 6-pec TP.
It's for the shield, it's for the shield.
It gives him a shield, sure, but I don't think the shield matters too much when you're immediately relegated to standing on your fountain. G2 will close out game 1 here as Vitality continue to struggle to find form in some.
Much better game from G2 though.
Yeah.
I think they bounced back from a rough early game really well.
In the early game to get through a Cassante and a Leona.
Yeah.
Like when you're trying to re-enter a site that's already been controlled by the enemy team. So again, I look to Vitality and I say, let's see what you can do in the
really
end.
Chunk. That is definitely a threat. And he also didn't know where Skewon was.
Yeah, it could have been level 3, right? And Skewon is now moving across for the level 3. Fleshy is going to face check into him. The Sonic Wave Resonating Strike just forces Fleshy to use the grand entrance away. Fiesta! Ooh. He flashed forward, he still gets him!
The delay.
You really want to try and get some burst damage in lane, but you're not really in lane at the moment on support. So LeBron was looking there, thinking perhaps he could Zenith Blade onto Fleshy. Decides against it. Fiesta with a good chunk on the caps. Another chain landing. There's the follow-up. Oh, Fiesta! He's just having an absolute joyous time in mid lane.
Another great play from Fiesta. He catches caps off guard with the chain, and then it's a CC.
For killing a ward, it shows like at value something.
I thought they were just getting infinite gold.
It's a stack overflow of gold as the Sonic Wave is going to hit from Skewon. Red buff there for the slow, though. Chase onto Fiesta. Tempest Cripple as well. Reveals Fiesta and caps. He gets him with the auto, gets the shutdown. They are looking at poke into tanks, and the further ahead you can get, the better it is. As Caps continues to trade with Fiesta, who uses his Mimic, will land the chains. LeBron flash Zenith Blade, Shielded Daybreak there for the stun, Order Deception out as well, Spirit Rush available for Caps. There's the exhaust, and Fiesta, he's feeling himself a little too much.
I mean, G2 support jungle are there ready to fight, while the support jungle from Vitality were thinking about the Ocean Dragon. And with the fact that they lost their mid laner, they're going to be forced out of their own jungle as well.
Great triple man scout of the week. Kazi able to satchel away. Dragon's Rage kick for the knockback and the chase with the Sonic Wave. I think Vitality thought the G2 were just going to go. You have a lot of armor already with the helm, with the chain vest, and with the plated steel caps as Caps rushes forward and Fiesta feels it. Caps predicting it as well played.
Caps took the solo kill personally, it looks like.
Sure, but I don't think they're going to be able to get through the plates quickly enough. Another TP.
It's Fleshy with the unsealed spellbook.
So Fleshy will be here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they get the cannon wave as well.
I was skeptical on this play because I thought if Karsi's the only one TPing, it's a bit awkward, but with the unsealed spellbook, it's quite nice. It's now
coming. The Skewon's here and the charm hits first. Flash forward for the Sonic Wave, follow with the Resonating Strike to Skewon. Dashes back to the distortion. And there's the chase further as Lintus tries to flash away, but Skew gets a double. And I will say, in spring, I doubted this man's Lee Sin. It did not work well for G2 when we've seen it before. But here, 3-0 already on the pick. And G2 still defending topside, while Hun Summer, left to his own devices in bot lane, has taken plate after plate after plate. He's an all-you-can-eat buffet.
And Karsi got some plates on top, but
they're
fighting the 2v3.
They're going to go in. There's the all-out as well, as Caps is here with the Spirit Rush. The charm still connects onto him. Karsi flashes away, but Caps gets the kill. A follow-up solo player to take down Nutka, and Fleshy underneath the tower, the last lone survivor. The wave not here for G2. Fleshy's going to try and walk back to his Wukong, and will get saved by the fact that Linsus is on his way.
And Caps is doing
bottom side. First items are coming in for Vitality. You've got a Blackfire Torch, a Luden's Echo, a Triforce, and you've got a chain landing onto BB as Linsus is here for the chase as well. Broken Blade still pretty much only armor, but Fiesta 2 levels down, can't chase any further. Nutka feeling the power of the sun, slowed up by it, flashes away from the scatter of the week, tries to trade back onto LeBron. Fleshy is here and has the charm. Can they chase any further? They now see Skewmon's waiting around the corner and decide perhaps that is not the best moment to go in for a 2v3 fight.
And while both top laners had their flashes burnt, it's a bit different situations as BB was pushing into the tier 2 and Naknako can't even access his own tower, as now he can finally do so, but he is going to watch his own tower fall here. And G2 are continuing to remain in control of this game. BB can finally pick up a little bit of magic resist now. Yeah, but if you're 5,000 gold down at 15 minutes, can you ever blame the draft? As BB now gets
I'm not blaming the draft.
Okay.
I'm saying the draft in combination with how the first 15 minutes have gone have not been advantageous for Vitality's chances of winning this match as BB survives 3 people, goes all out. He went back in as he tried to dive onto Linces. The Mikhail's healed there in time. Meanwhile, G2 just pushed through the mid side.
BB's pretty tanky, yeah. You can see it takes quite a while, aggressive, but it also felt like G2's, like Skumon and Lebrov, were very receptive and adaptive to that, while it felt like Linces and Fleshy were not on the same page whatsoever.
Agreed. And you do expect some of that in week 1. The Solar Flare comes down, distortion away from Fiesta. He goes back in. Okay, it's hard to be receptive when you're doing that, Fiesta! What are they meant to do, dude? Linces on the enemy wolves! Linces can't be there!
Yeah, Fiesta might need a siesta after that one. That was rough.
Brave play. And I like the ambition. Just need to temper it a little bit. As Caps now
G2 don't really have crazy DPS anywhere, so they're gonna have to play for the soul, most likely. So that makes it a lot easier and more...
Solar Flare into the charm. And unfortunately, Fleshy's going to have to use the charm of his own to try and get away, but the Spirit Rush should be able to chase him down. Dances away in the end. Linces and Nagnako keeping the rest of G2 away from the next plate on this tower. They do use the Cyclone to do so. I mean, Fleshy escaped, he burnt his heal, his flash, his Mikhail's, his quickness. He did get out alive.
Nagnako trying to defend this top lane tower as well. But it does feel like G2 are still just really hard for Vitality to break the G2 formation. I think Fiesta is able to find a chain on the Broken Blade.
He tries to dash away.
He can land the second ultimate one.
Yeah, second chain would be good. Hans Summer's on his way across. Oh, never mind. Broken Blade's going all out just this once, and as the distortion comes out, it's deceased for Fiesta.
Where the numbers advantage is equal because they have fatter wallets, you know, they have way more gold. So it's just a free dragon for G2. And now G2 have 5 minutes to try to set up this. Yeah, well, so Vitality will have plenty of time to react as Fiesta.
Ooh, distorts away, blind there as he gets Tempest crippled as well. Linces on his way across, good chain out of Fiesta. Captain for Kazi in the mid lane, all the deception coming out. There's the charm, and Kazi isn't quite gonna die before the quickness comes out from Fleshy to save his AD carry, but Counts flashes forward and gets the kill anyway. Meanwhile, Skumon was able to extricate himself. LeBron goes over the wall onto Linces, not sure that's where he wanted to end up. It's a double for Caps. The chase comes in with a Dragon's Rage. It's a triple for Caps. And after it looked like Vitality had been able to get themselves out, in the end, Caps just chases them down.
And Caps had a rough early game. Yeah. But he has bounced back so damn well and just taken full control of this game. He starts the fight off, taking down Karsi, and with that, the rest of the lineup can just run them down. They're going to run towards the Nash. BB might be in trouble, but I don't think so.
Yeah, he's really not.
Maybe 5 more chains and Fiesta can take him down. As G2 will be able to pick up the Nasher, and with that, they're up against the Ziggs, so Vitality does have pretty good wave clear, but you have to feel that this game is just on this.
Well, maybe the Mega Inferno one seals it. Kazi's got it. Is he going to yeet it towards him? No vision on the Baron right now. Chains go down onto the Mega Inferno bomb.
Very early.
I mean, he also only did 500
damage.
Oh my God! He got it! Kazi got it with the Leandry's! Fiesta jumps into the pit as well as Fleshy and Hans Summer are traded. The Leandry's from Kazi kills off the Baron. Fiesta will die 2 Caps. In fact, it's Skumon who gets it in the end with the Tempest portion of the Tempest cripple. I mean, that's the way back in the game.
Right. Smite. There's no way.
Smite. Nice. Good job, Skumon. Waited for it to be at 1,000.
The last 5% of damage.
I think Skumon can 1v1 this Dragon's Rage. Skumon only has the Sunder Sky and the Black Cleaver. Will chase into Nagnako. Broken Blade's on his way across as well. Here comes Kazi. Dash forward from Skumon. Hard to make it in from Broken Blade as he's just standing in the middle of 4 members of Vitality, and they can barely chip his armor. And Summer's pushing through mid. Caps is up towards top side. Those are the damage dealers, by the way, for G2. With Vitality trying to defend a 3-pronged approach. TP behind by Nagnako. The flanking Jace is not a tactic I have often seen. Fleshy going in with the charm. That's going to run out before he gets to Caps. Nagnako is now here. Caps is the universal taunt, and they can't get close to him. He just flashes away. And Vitality abandon their base for bare bones as the charm goes in from Caps, and he will foxfire you down. Chases into Fleshy as well. Vitality invested everything into trying to kill Caps, and they couldn't even do that as Caps rushes across the wall, has another orb, gets another Spirit Rush, Fiesta steps forward, Caps gets another triple. As in the end, there's not much Vitality can do.
You know what, Medic? I thought yesterday, G2, they looked a bit sloppy.
Agreed.
But maybe MKOI are just a really good team. I'm really looking forward to KC versus MKOI now.
Yeah, it's going to be a great series.
G2 look really, really good throughout this game. Caps decided to put the game on his back after a tough early game. They're taking them down in the base. I mean, Lince's, oh my god, he dies in the fountain.
What's Caps AP? It must be like $1 billion at this point, dude. The guy's hoarding all the AP for himself. We were told it would trickle down Caps, but apparently it all belongs to him. As G2 will clean it up, 2-0. Great performance by them on the day. A big step up, I think, from yesterday, because as you say, they were messy, and they will play with their food. Fiesta, the one bright spot for Vitality, I will say, but his aggression in the end was his downfall.
He tried, as KC is looking to look in Galio last here, put that up towards top lane, into the Rumble, have some more receiver kind of energy.
Mid and then go for like a blue invade, because they already had pressure out of bot, and Alvaro was moving up to cover that area, but as you say, he just wastes a bunch of time. They'll go for Yahoo, flash in from Alvaro, and Jojo connects with the... just be one crab apiece. Leads in support and mid for MKOI, where that kill and assist came out. Alvaro, oh, he tries to get away, but he's interrupted by the flag and drag. And now Busio blast comes them back. Alvaro will be able to walk back to the safety of his tower with the TP coming in as well. The Miasma going down, though. They'll chase Alioya as the wolf sinks his fangs deep into the Nocturne.
And Jojo had to base so much later that it was a 2 versus 3 for KC, as now Kalist ease forward.
He uses the barrier as well proactively here, chasing onto Super, who only has the cleanse. Super only has the cleanse, and you can't. Doesn't have the flash anymore on this Cassio. 1 minion away from 6 though. Hits it now. Petrifying Gaze will grasp Alvaro out of midair with the miasma down. You thought for a second he could turn it around, but in the end, it's enough from Jojo and Alvaro to get the kill. Busio going in with the exhaust as well. Yike is here for the follow-up, but Busio will just... He is looking for the contest. There's a Cataclysm advantage for KC. Busio on his way across, has the flash. Jojo gonna try and force him away. Yahoo flashes in from Busio as he dives in with the Zenith Blade, but Busio now has no mana and no way out. There's the Cataclysm. True Shot Barrage coming out as well, as we'll have an exchange of support. Jojo trying to get away. Mirwin TPing into the fray, but unable to find much purchase on this Akali, even though there has been a lot of action in the middle portion of the map. Yahoo doing a good job here, but the Paranoia is going to chase him down. Petrifying Gaze doesn't connect as Jojo flips over him and sends him to the Spirit Realm. Now Busio's in the middle of 3. Yike trying to do what he can, but Busio, without a flash, without a dash, without a hope of escaping, will be taken out. Peace has been made.
No protein in it. No, but that's just a stereotypical meal.
Yeah,
chicken broccoli and rice.
Unseasoned, please. Because apparently spices add too many calories. We're going to see a fight around the second dragon of the game. It's something KC have got in their favor is the fact they managed to pick up that first with a good smite. Equalizer down, doesn't really clip onto too many people. Kalista's able to walk away. Solar Flare as well used on that front line, and Yahoo already takes down Mirwin. MKOI now all on the retreat, but Alvaro not given that luxury. Great fight from KC.
The way to play this MKOI comp is you need to find the window where one player missteps, one player's... There's a good engage to be had.
And that's exactly what KC are
happen.
looking for. As Yike goes in, flag and drag out. Now Busio needs to retreat, does still have the flash. Jojo on the chase, dashes across the wall for the chase, and they manage to pick it up with a Dustbringer. Kana flashes in, gets the double taunt, super cleanses away, and Alvaro's got a full second in exchange of supports. Petrifying Gaze did come out from Yahoo, but didn't land the stun on anyone.
It's a 1-for-1. Jojo showcasing some nice Akali mechanics there. Choosing to...
Didn't get a play, he wasn't auto-attacking the tower at all. As Alvaro's still only level 5. They're going to catch out Busio, who is on the rotation across here. Good Solar Flare gets one stun, but the Shroud of Darkness coming out from the Nocturne means that he's not CC'd. An ace in the hole for Super, just to get an assist, as Mirwin secures his first of the game.
And even though Alvaro's still level 5,
still feel if you're MKOI's. Kalista Arcane shifts forward. Busio going in with the Zenith Blade for a good upshot wall dive into the Solar Flare. Yike there with a flag and drag. Cataclysm TP behind. Paranoia onto Kalist as they've gone too deep. Yike down. The dive in from Jojo as well, as Kalist is going to feel the pain of a 5-point strike. Busio trying to run away, but MKOI collapsed perfectly to find a double. Jojo says 4-0-4 enemies. Mountain Soul Point, which is pretty substantial in this game. You have Heart Root if you're going really old school blue build Ezreal. MKOI do still have a 3,500 gold advantage because of that sequence, and now with the Rift Herald, they're going to look to make a play. Jojo trying to take out Yahoo. Needs to dodge away from the Petrifying Gates. Rift Herald comes down in the mid lane. Solar Flare there for the follow-up. And I don't think you wanted to take that right, Alvaro. Has to flash away, but with the Cataclysm following up, he's just going to die. Super puts a couple of headshots into Yike, but not enough to get through the helmet that he's wearing. This MKOI was a bit of a disheveled play, you have to feel. Didn't even take the tower down.
Was it a Herald? He popped out that ended up in...
Herald
okay,
across the wall. The Paranoia
going.
comes in with the equalizer as well. Super trying to get in range for an ace in the hole. I don't think he's going to be necessary to this. Elioya gets his second. And MKOI, I mean, they could just take the tower. Yeah, Mirwin is going to stick around to make sure that that turret goes down. Casey trying to answer on the other side of the map with Alvaro coming out of base with those death guards. The extra movement speed will be here in time to protect Jojo.
It's a very high-paced game, and I think the viewer might think, oh, both teams are making a lot of mistakes just getting perma-caught. But this meta that we have right now, there's so much tools on both sides to force fights, to make things happen. You have the Camille who has a ton of pick potential.
The equalizer will be back up in time for a final dragon fight. Up. No real vision from MKOI. They gave it up for the push in top and the push in mid. Super trying to walk in here. Jojo looking for a flank position. Kana's going to mark him. Drake down to 5k, Soul on the line, they go in with the taunt onto Jojo, Yike there for the follow-up. Flag and drag, Cataclysm, Jojo tries to dash away. Meanwhile on the top side of the fight, Heroes Entrance coming out with Jojo with a perfect execution of an escape into an assassination will take one. Callista's down, but so is Elioya, and now MKOI on the retreat. The dive in from Alvaro, Busio, the one locked up. Kana trying to get in. The Justice Punch is blocked, but now Super can't escape. The fangs of Yahoo as KC clean up the fight.
KC clean the fight, 4 for 1. They'll get the mountain for KC, and the game is completely shifted back into their favor. We'll have to see how they're able to use this Nash. A lot of sitting goal liners.
Yeah, that goal lead is going to shrink incredibly fast. You can start to see it swing in Yikes and Kana's favor. Expect Callista to catch up too as Busio goes in for Elioya. The Solar Flare does not connect, and Busio is deep here. Yahoo and Yike coming to protect their support. Now managed to do so. And Callista using this time to take down that tier 1 on the top side. Things back from KC. They all want to retreat together. They still have 2.5 minutes on this challenge.
So much tankier than MKOI. There's no real front line on the side of MKOI, while
KC have 3.
Even 4, you could argue, with how tanky Yahoo is.
Jojo's caught out, has to use perfect execution to get across towards the blast code. And now with Soul as well. Like, everyone is so difficult to kill unless Super has that time to open up. And even though he had a little bit of time in the last fight, you're also risking a flag and drag, a Zenith Blade, a Solar Flare, a Miasma, a Idol of Duran, the
trying to get the poke, but
Mirwin. Flash away from Mirwin. Busio happy enough just to stand under this tower for a moment. Yike looking for the PK. Look at how much damage Alvaro took. Just trying to answer the pressure from Busio. Elioya is going to look for a Paranoia towards the mid lane as they dive onto Kana, but Kana is so damn tanky. Elioya forced away, a TP in from Yahoo as well as they look for the chase on towards this Nocturne. Miasma down, Jojo on the wrong side of it as another Taunt comes out and Busio's here for the chase. A cataclysmic event in the base of MKOI, but perhaps KC has stepped too far.
KC bit it off a bit more than they can chew. 2 for 1 here as they're able to take down Super, but they wanted to go for a bit more. They won't be able to break the inhibitors with this Nash, but they took away MKOI's gold lead and got one for themselves as they now head in towards the Elder fight in 2 minutes. 6-0 on this Akali. I think playing quite well in every single team fight, but who does he kill? He's going to do, okay, maybe
they're all going to go in onto Kana here, who does have the flash. Will use it to get across the wall with the Justice Punch there. The taunt comes out. They'll go for the Chaser Heroes entrance silence as Kana does go down. Mirwin's TPing in here as well. There's Cataclysm in by Yike, but Yike falls again to Jojo. Callista will take the counter kill, and now it's a 3v3 and Callista begins to open up. Yahoo here for the cleanup as he slithers through the MKOI lines. The Petrifying Gaze doesn't even need to hit as KC turned the fight on its head.
KC had them routed. MKOI wanted to go for the play. Callista's flashing forward. He wants to take down Mirwin as well, making an ace. They have the top wave. It's a 25-second death timer. I don't think they can end the game. 20 seconds until Elder Dragon. So probably they will just head over there, take the Elder Dragon. Can they even
Flank from the top side, but Kana's going to spot him out with Justice Punch.
I don't think they can enter. Mirren is still dead.
I mean, you could Farsight into Paranoia into jump in. That's the one play I see you having. There's the Farsight, 5k on it.
Elyoya has one, Mirren has another Farsight.
Okay, so second Farsight, Paranoia, just too slow. A Solar Flare onto Alvaro means that Kallista's able to take the kill, and the Noxion's going to join him in the Death Chamber. KC now with the Elder should be able to just march down mid. There's an inhibitor there for them. They could go for Baron as well if they want to make sure their siege sticks. But I think they're going to crack open the base of MKOI. Yike goes in with a Cataclysm. Doesn't win that trade, but does have a Guardian Angel to resurrect him from the dead. The True Shot Barrage! And once again, Yahoo shows that he's the King Cobra on this rift. Takes the kill. Jojo tries to get onto Kana, but you don't win those, Jojo. He might get the wave. A 5-point strike could clear some of this out at least. Not that much. It takes a while for Akali to work her way through a minion wave. But there's a big wave in the bot side as Jojo falls to the laser of the Elder. And KC, only faced with Alvaro and Mirwin, should be able to close this one out.
KC made the comeback happen in their own arena.
Lucio down and Yoda too as well. Alvaro is going to die. Yike on his way across. That's the first Nexus Tower down. Yeah, KC in their own arena, Jack, are not going to lose to MKOI today. 1-0 up in this best of 3. And even though MKOI had the advantage in the early game, it was all KC from 20 minutes on.
MKOI showed some great signs of life. They showed some... As we'll see what they look in last here for top lane. Looks like it's going to be the Gnar for Kana. Very standard here. And I think KC, again, they have stronger front line. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A team that just plays normal League of Legends.
It's a fight for you. As Kana takes a lot of damage from Super. Tries to flash away. Not close enough to the Mega with the Cosmic Binding. Landing. Super claims.
Cross map top for themselves. We'll have to see if MKOI decide to match it, as Mirwin should be able to stand united.
Public Execution coming out as well. Shadow Dash from Busio should be enough to catch out Mirwin here, who tried to dash away, still has the flash. There's the taunt, and Kana sets up perfectly to clear. On his way across. Kana about to go Mega, but running.
That's the flash.
There's the Helm's Pursuit. Kana flashes it. Darking Daggers 1 hits. Darking Daggers 2 connects. The Mega, the wallop, the flash forward from Jojo. Kana surviving for so long. A Supreme Display of talent coming out. Elio's going to dive to the tower. Jojo's going to follow suit as Yike secures the kill. Mirren will answer. 2 for 2 the exchange. Meanwhile, in your picture-in-picture, we saw Kalista and Busio teaming up to get a kill. Super in the mid lane trying to take down Yahoo. Flashes away. The tower shot won't be enough, and Busio gets him with just the tip of the Shadow Dash. KC open up the map.
And it started out slow.
The top side, Yahoo trying to survive underneath the tower. Has the Arcane Storm. The wave cleared out with the Rift Herald there. Yahoo's about to be in a 4v1. He steps forward. Elioa goes in with the House Pursuit. And there's just no escape. There's no way out of that one. I thought for a second Yahoo might be able to do something, but MKOI collapsed well on the top side.
It's a proactive play from MKOI. They get the top tower, they get the kill. Kana was thinking about basing and TPing to save his mid laner, but decided against it. Just decided that Yahoo's dead no matter what. I'm going to push this bot tower myself. And they were also able to push in mid. But MKOI will even be able to pick up the tier 2 actually with the second Rift Herald charge. A really good proactive play from them.
MKOI are giving up the Drake for this. You can see the pings coming out from KC. They'll even it out at 1 apiece. They got the tier 1 on the bot side. They got tier 1 in mid. So still a gold lead for KC overall. And they will even out those neutral objectives. Kalist, the real beneficiary so far this game of everything that KC have done. 1.7 thousand gold ahead on this Kai'Sa. Likely to, I mean, he's probably got it completed, well, most of a completed item back. Oh, a recurve bow there, red. Yeah, who's pushing through top side as well. So big wave stack should be the tower for them. It's
tower for tower.
Yeah, there's the exchange. Next objective up in 90 seconds. It's Rift Herald. KC are the ones setting up around it. You can see deep vision that they've placed around that red buff. Kana jumps in, and Elioya dashes out with his Eviscerate. Heal used as well from Alvaro.
Supa's making my heart rate go up. I feel like with how far up he's clicking, if Kana decided to go for the flash ultimate there, it could have been scary for him. I mean, he of course has the rocket jump to always buffer, but if he gets CC,
still looking for those possible engages. Stand United onto a Kiana, onto a Nav as they jump in. Enkoy have gained control of this bottom side. There is a red buff spawning, and now they might actually just look for a play in mid, because KC are outnumbered. Hound's Pursuit in, Kalist flashes away, double TPs as they look for the collapse. KC want to take this play, a good 10-foot bait, Mirwin diving onto the back line, but there's a good Gnar double wallop, and the damage on the back line of Enkoy is just too big. Jojo falls first, Elioya forced away, Super trying to survive, dashes, but he face plants into a wall. What is it with the Enkoy bot lane and the jungle walls this game? Mirwin misses the public execution, and Kalist brings down the guillotine. Alvaro has to flash away, but Casey with a perfect collapse. Yeah, he picked one up earlier. Hasn't have to use it before he's almost up towards the Zhonyas with a needlessly large rod in his inventory as well. Enkoy trying to posture around the Baron, but the gravity well's gonna stun up Jojo, and I don't think he gets out of this one. Yike displaying his talent in the Adidas Arena, grabs himself a double, and it's rapturous applause from the KC Massive.
And KC with 2 kills. They're thinking about the Nash, and they think they can go for it. Kana's gonna stick in mid here, not allowing Super to get the tower. And the Memkoi, they know it's gone. Elioya goes for the Crux. Mirwin pushes in the bot lane. But this feels like we've seen this from Memkoi so many times. These random mistakes. Jojo just gets stunned by a Victor gravity field. Just like that. He wants to pick that up earlier, but still, I just don't think Memkoi really have the damage for any sort of team fight. They just try to hold.
The problem we had in game 1 of the series, who face checks? Oh, is it a Bard or Super trying to get away from this? Hound's Pursuit going on to Kalist as well. He's dodged to the side of the Tempered Fate. He manages to extract himself, but Yike doesn't manage to do the same. A huge shutdown. Public Execution does not connect onto Kalist, who supercharges away. Elioya still on the chase. A Magical Journey is going to charge them onto Busio, who shadow dashes away. Kana trying to get to the blast cone. He'll jump for freedom, jump for joy, and manage to escape as well. Meanwhile, Yehu takes a mid tower, but Enkoy show they've still got teeth.
Casey just went way too deep. Kalist thought he could one-shot Supa, but Supa with the flash was able to get away. And Yike was 1,000 for KC, as now Yehu wants to look on Elioya, has to stand united.
Stand United comes in, Elioya silenced with the Arcane Storm, tries to eviscerate out, shielded up by Jojo, but Kalist is here to mop up the kill. The final auto enough, Mirwin trying to step forward to steal away the red buff, and he does manage to do so. Enkoy won't lose their jungler and their jungle at the same time.
The consolation prize, they're getting the red buff. We'll have to see. Still 50 seconds left on this Baron Nashor. KC should be able to pressure top, bot, and bot here. As maybe Memkoi can look for a play onto Kana, but he should be fine with
Yike's reading it! Oh, baby! Yike! On fine form here in game 2, now 6-2-1 on this Kiana.
Woo! That was so much damage.
That was a soul read. That was a soul read.
That was a one-shot from Yike and a half onto Supa, and they might be able to break open the inhibitors here as they continue to pressure down 3 lanes.
It's gonna be tough to get to the inhibs with 10 seconds, well, 13 seconds left.
And if there is a player to bring it back in this game, it's probably Mirwin, as we see him onto Kana now.
Jumps onto Kana, Hound's Pursuit out from Elioya as well, as Kana tries to leave the wall but doesn't get over, flashes away, public execution, it's a Gnar! Beautiful! Oh, magnifique, c'est bon here! On Paris, what a play from KC, as Jojo has to flash away, but Super does not share that same fate. Alvaro chased out by KC. It's a quadra quatre for Karmine Corp as they look to close out the series.
KC has shut the door in Memkoi's face. Mirwin wanted to try to go for the play on Kana, but they just didn't have the damage. And KC, they're gonna win this series 2-0, showing their supremacy in Paris.
And they're not done with it yet. Jojo falls, joins 4 more in the grave, as KC just sweep away the Spanish contingent. KC 2-0.